Ah, space, the final frontier. Since time immemorial, she has bewitched the hearts and minds of we, the simple denizens of planet Earth. Alas, those of us who lack the necessary money and expertise have no means of travelling out there ourselves. I can't even pay for someone to wash my curtains, let alone fund an interplanetary voyage. Seems like there's no hope at all of us getting up close and personal with the mighty planets that have so played upon our imaginations. But good news, friends, because Mr. Gustav Holst has very kindly invited us, you and me, on a grand musical wonder tour of the solar system. Boy, are we lucky. Now, Mr. Holst wrote this piece about 1914, and the man doesn't like to be kept waiting. So grab your Cosmosuit and stock up on your favourite brand of Astro Chow, because our shuttle will be leaving post-haste. Now, there are 7 parts to this musical voyage. 1 for each non-Earth planet. Recognised planets, that is. Sorry, Pluto. Before we disembark, I should mention that the music isn't intended to depict the look of these planets as we see them now in our fancy NASA images, but rather to evoke the otherworldly astrological interpretation that has so influenced our collective psyche throughout the ages. Got it? Alright, blast off. First up, Mars, bringer of war. We start out by hearing battle rhythms of impending warfare. But wait, these battle rhythms seem to be carrying aloft massive melodic objects. After a while, the marching intensifies, and we are introduced to the strident weaving of this idea. Remember it well, folks, for it will return later in a more sinister form. Further on, we encounter this fellow. However, it's not long before he has a rivalry on his hands. And what's more, towards the end, the rivalry combines with the battle rhythms and the weaving tune to create one big battle stew. Now that we've had a bit of war, it's probably time for a bit of peace. We hear a lone horn peering out through the fog. Looking to see if it's really all over. And then we're further calmed by these gentle puffs of mist from the woodwinds. we're later introduced to this string melody, which wouldn't be out of place accompanying a serene fountain setting in The Legend of Zelda. The melody is then taken up by the strings, but notice how the gentle puffs of mist are still there puffing away in the background. The majority of Venus makes use of these ideas, so simply follow it where it leads, keeping your ears open for those puffing woodwinds and also versions of that serene violin melody. After the ferocious nature of Mars, it's like exiting out of a war zone into a lovely, tranquil garden. Mercury, the winged messenger. Two main ideas at play here. Firstly, we have this scampering around. I don't know about you, but this kind of musical activity reminds me of early Disney animations. There's also this little ditty, which gets passed around like a schoolyard tale amongst the various instruments. These two ideas, the scampering and the schoolyard tale, play out together throughout this track. Just let your imagination be your guide. Jupiter, bringer of jollity. I hope you've got your seatbelts on, because this is one big buffet of good vibes. First, we have a moment of uncontainable excitement. Soon we spot this pattern here, which gets played around with in all sorts of fun ways. And then it serves as the start of something new. And then things get even more joyous. This next theme pretty much sums up what Christmas morning felt like as a kid. And there's another version of jollity which comes our way, a great anthem of victory and pride. Afterwards, we travel back to some familiar places, overall making Jupiter feel very much like a theme park ride, chauffeuring you through the various worlds of jollity that it conjures up.
Four planets down and 3 to go. I don't know about you, but I think I need a little rest at this moment in our interplanetary voyage. So, without further ado, intermission!
Into part 1, continued in part 2.